Welcome back, everybody. So, The Joker spoiler review. Now, I watched this movie last Monday. I reviewed it last Tuesday morning, and I've had a whole week to think about this movie. And I do still think about this movie every damn day, and how much of an effect it has actually had on me, and how much I fucking enjoy this movie. And there is not one person in this world that can even change my mind on this one, ever. This period. Okay, I will not compare this Joker to any other Jokers in any way, shape, or form. That's one thing I will not do because they're doing something completely different here, and I think they nailed this as well. And I still think they nailed this even a week on, to the point where I am actually thinking about even going to watch it again. Now, I've never ever watched a movie which has covered so much dark content, and when at the end of it, I fucking love that. It is extremely dark, this movie. And yes, it is an origin story to Batman's greatest villain. And you have to remember that the Joker main goal in life is to create as much chaos and death as he possibly can. And in this movie, they did that, and they did it well as well. Honest to God, there's not one person. I don't care if somebody's watched this and they hate the movie and they compare it to Heath Ledger's Joker and all that kind of stuff. I don't give a shit, because at the end of the day, I honestly believe that this movie is worthy of awards. Joaquin Phoenix's performance alone is worthy of award. Now, yeah, I am a little bit passionate about this movie. As you can see, I am a Batman fan. The point is of this movie is that they've opened up a brand new fucking door to a whole new different franchise to the Batman universe, to the point where they could actually make a live version of The Killing Joke. And yes, there is certain bits in this that does remind me of The Killing Joke, but to actually make this movie would be a dream for me. For them to make The Killing Joke, or even go down the route of The Dark Knight Returns, making a live action version of that movie would be absolutely amazing in my eyes. It's as simple as that. And Joaquin's performance in here, even as Arthur Fleck at the start of the movie, even to the last half an hour of this movie, is just on point all the way through. He nailed this in every single way. Okay, I was speaking to somebody on Instagram the other day who posted up saying he was just about to go and see the Joker movie. Afterwards, I asked him what he thought. He said it's absolutely fucking brilliant. He said the last 15 minutes is kind of like spine tinglingly chilling. And yes, it is. The last 15 minutes is absolutely fantastic. When Joaquin Phoenix is in, as I do apologise because I cannot say his name, in his full Joker makeup, and he is sat on that couch in that studio, and you know what's coming, and you just don't know how it's going to be delivered. Well, you think you know how it's going to be delivered, but it doesn't play out that way in any way, shape, or form. When he sat there staring at Murray, you're looking at him, and I was looking at him and going, holy shit, this is absolutely brilliant in every single way. All right, and it's simple as that. This movie, like I said, does carry some very, very dark content from the start. The beginning scene of this movie is absolutely brilliant. Honest to God, the whole first act of this movie, where you're getting introduced to Arthur Fleck, his struggles through life. He is a failed comedian. All he's trying to do is basically fit in. He has suffered some extremely harsh child abuse, which you get to see later on in the movie. There is a thing that he does where he laughs when he's basically stressed or getting upset, which people do take the wrong way. But it is explained the fact that this is a consequence of some serious head trauma when he was a child. His mother in this is seriously mentally disturbed as well, and you get to see a bit of a backstory to her as well. But in the beginning part of this movie, you do get to see him care for his mother. He can see, like I said, you can see his struggles in life. You can see everything that he is trying his hardest to be somebody. And it takes a very, very dramatic turn. His life takes an extremely dramatic turn when he is faced with three rich people on the tube. Now, if you've seen if you've seen this movie, you know exactly what I'm on about. When I was talking about the laughing bit, where he's upset or stressed or uncomfortable, he starts doing this very, very strange laughing thing, which basically these three rich guys basically not cotton on to what, but they mistake what he's doing. or they mistake that for him. It basically, this whole scene is the turning point of him, and it's this. I've never ever thought I'd see a time in a movie where murdering somebody actually makes somebody stronger. As soon as he murders somebody, it's almost like a big weight has basically lifted off his shoulders, and he's become somebody. He's not quite at that point of the Joker just yet, but he has literally become somebody. And little did he know that in this movie, the killing of those 3 people will literally start a whole chain of events which will then create the birth of somebody else in Gotham. Yes, this is a spoiler review. I'd put it in the title, and I don't care. I really don't. If you don't want to know the spoilers, you shouldn't have clicked on the video. But it's as simple as that. I am very, very passionate about this movie. It's one of the best movies I've seen this year. I have to be honest. Okay, and I've seen some good ones, but this one by far is probably the best movie I've seen this year. Like I said, going back onto the tube, it is a complete changing point for him. He actually his confidence level goes straight up to the point he literally knocks on somebody's door and basically sleeps with them. It's as simple as that. From somebody that was actually struggling to fit in with life, who didn't really know how to communicate with humans, then to go and murder somebody or 3 people brutally in cold blood, yet I know why that was done. And then to do that, he just created something very, very... He was already dark, but you created something even darker. And I really, really enjoyed it. And yet, as this movie goes on, you get introduced to more subplot twists that are going on in this, to the fact that potentially that Thomas Wayne is his dad. And he inadvertently meets Bruce Wayne when he was younger, like he's the brother that he never had, which is another nod to something else which I've seen in Gotham. And that sense that his mother may have potentially had a relationship with Thomas Wayne, but yet she is psychotic and deluded, but there is that kind of still that sense where you're not sure. There is that potential that he is Thomas Wayne's son, that Arthur Fleck is Thomas Wayne's son. You're never really 100% sure. The rich have a way of manipulating people. We all know this in certain respects, and they have. To be honest with you, money does buy power in certain respects. I don't give a crap what anybody says. It does. And I love that side of it. I just, he had that small bit of hope that he had a father. All he wanted was a father figure, and you get that in here. Without that father figure, he just wanted to be loved by somebody, or loved by a father. But yet, later on, in this, you do get to see that he's potentially been adopted, and the whole chain of it. It's just so good. It's so good. I just love that kind of aspect to this. It created another very interesting part of this movie, which I really, really enjoyed, to be honest with you. But by far the best part of this movie is the transformation to the Joker. That last 15 minutes still rings very, very true. There is a couple of bits before that. The death scene of his mother, very, very, very well delivered. I really didn't expect it to happen. I kind of expected something to happen, but not quite like that. The way he did that was just cold-blooded as well. It was just ruthless in every single way. There's literally just pull the pillow that she's laying on and then use it to kill her. Just absolutely brutal. Other death scenes in this where he just literally just goes and stabs somebody in the eye and literally just cuts them open. Completely brutal and completely what the Joker would do in a darker world or in a darker universe. It's simple as that. But by far, the best part of this movie is the last 15 minutes. The transformation into the Joker. When he actually finally puts on that makeup and he's got that suit on and he's walking down the steps, you see there is a whole world of swagger there. And it works so well. When he's on that couch on the Murray show is probably one of the best parts of this movie. When he's staring at Murray, and there's a certain shot of this, you just go, this is a fucking good Joker. This is a good performance of the Joker. It's as simple as that. And there is a certain point where, obviously in the movie, you get to kind of see what his plan is, and you know something on that show is going to happen. but you just don't know how it's going to be delivered. And to be honest with you, they actually nailed this so much. The heatedness of him, of what he's trying to say, that he hasn't started a revolution, and all this is essentially a revenge act on anybody that's actually hurt him, and it's just that whole scene at the end. It's absolutely brilliant. Then moving on, I'm getting on to the most interesting part of this movie as well, which I actually generally love, is after the studio scene. I'm thinking about it, and I'm just enjoying thinking about it. It's there. I love it. Where basically he is on top of the police car and basically uses his own blood to make the Joker smile on his face. It's probably one of the most chillingest parts of this movie as well, and it's very well done. I was actually watching a video the other day that technically this actually could be like a dream theory, his fantasy. He's playing out this fantasy possibly, and it's not actually part of the movie as such. There is a little bit of speculation or theories on that, but it's still an enjoyable scene, which then creates, and this whole act here creates a chain of events which basically gives birth to another character in this universe, which is essentially the death of Thomas and Martha Wayne. You get to see that, but it's delivered in such a different way as well than what you're used to. It's just cold-blooded again, which is what it's supposed to be. And basically you give birth to essentially Batman. They gave birth to Batman in this movie. It's a great way of doing it. I like how they did this. I like the fact that Arthur Fleck, or aka the Joker, inadvertently created this chain of events which basically sparked off this sparked off the Dark Knight. It's as simple as that. This whole movie, to me, I got a lot of love for this, and I'd like to see more of this kind of universe. And that's me being honest. I love to see a bit more of this more darker, more brutal, more graphic kind of universe of the Batman universe. I would love to see that. I do love all the other Batman movies, but I do believe it is time for more of a very darker version of this. And to be fair, there are a lot out there. The Dark Knight Returns, The Killing Joke, all these kind of movies, they are just there. And this movie has basically set that universe up for me. And I'm hoping and fingers crossed that they will do something with this, because it has generally got a lot of potential. It's very well done. I liked the way this was shot. I absolutely loved the musical score that comes with this. Is very dark, it's very chilling, and it works very well. Like I said, all the performances in this are actually very good, but obviously the most standout performance is Joaquin Phoenix's as Arthur Fleck and the Joker. They do cover some very dark subject matter in this, which, like I said, I really enjoyed it. You get essentially, like I said, this is a Joker origin movie, and his main aim is to cause chaos. And he basically, even though it wasn't intentionally his plan, he did that and actually enjoyed it. He actually got respect for this from the lower class people in Gotham, and I just loved every single way the way they did this. I really do. I can't stress this enough, exactly how much I enjoy this movie. The way this shot, like I said, the way this is shot, the way this is put together, the music that come with this, just the performance, the content that they were covering. It's very dark. It's very gritty, and honestly, it's one of the best movies I've seen this year, without a shadow of a doubt. And I would give this 10 out of 10. It's as simple as that. And yes, okay, I'm a massive Batman fan, and I love Heath Ledger's performance as a Joker, but in this one, Joaquin Phoenix is doing something very different and very good, in my personal opinion. Now, like I said, I would give this a 10 out of 10. It's as simple as that. So, if you've seen this movie, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below. If you haven't seen this movie, when you do, come back. Tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below. It's a very enjoyable watch. I'm going to sing this movie's praises a lot. To be fair, I really am. And it's not because I am a Batman fan or a DC fan. It's because generally, even if I wasn't a fan, it is a very good movie. It is as simple as that. So, on that note, I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care and goodbye.